How you doing, Mr. Collier? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to leave you waiting like
Glad
that.
calling. No problem, no problem. Thank
There's
you
a
for
little-
seeing me today. Appreciate it.
No problem. There's some hand sanitizer, no coronavirus, you know, want to make sure everybody's safe. We take safety very seriously here at Granger. So you're here for an interview.
Yes, sir.
We brought you in, your resume looked good. You had a phone interview, so now we got a face-to-face, and I just want to ask you a few questions. For the job that you applied for, what training, education, or experience do you have that, you know, that qualifies you for the position?
Well, I just graduated from high school, so I mean, I don't have a lot of formal experience. I actually don't have any formal experience, but I do have a lot of hands-on training at the logistics program at Patterson High. I was in the program for 2 years, and so in that logistics program, we received items. Basically, we supplied all of Patterson Joint Unified School District with their supplies, and so we had all the functions within our warehouse. So we received items from our vendors, we put away the product, we picked the product, and we shipped it out. Not only on our campus, but across all of Patterson Joint Unified.
Okay.
So we service about 9 or 10 schools.
Oh, awesome. Wow, that sounds very interesting. During your process of doing all this, obviously you've probably made a few mistakes. So one of the things is we really try to focus on our teammates instead of being teammates, our team players here. We kind of treat them like family. So when we talk to you guys, we want you to understand we're trying to correct things that went wrong, but you know, it's gonna be criticized, but how do you take criticism here?
I think I take it fairly well. You know, one thing that was emphasized in my class, my teacher's name is Ms. Garcia, was that we were going to make mistakes. And the most important thing is that we make the mistakes in our classroom, in the classroom setting. So when we did make mistakes, you know, people would criticize each other and you know, say, this is the process or whatnot. But what I try to keep in mind is that it's a learning experience. This is a journey for me. You know, obviously I'm green to the industry, but when I did make the mistakes, you know, I took a step back. And the most important thing that was emphasized by Mr. Garcia was that, you know, we're gonna make mistakes, but not make the mistakes again. Understand why we made the mistake, but moving forward, try not to make the mistake again.
Okay.
You know, so as far as criticism, I take it with a grain of salt. I know that I'm still learning, I'm still young, and that I am going to make mistakes moving forward.
Okay.
Just not making the same mistake. is most important, I think.
I agree with you 100%. We're all lifelong learners. Every day we learn something new. So obviously you got a little bit of training on a few things, such as shipping, receiving, put away, replenish, pick, packing, you know, all that kind of stuff. What would be your ideal job?
I enjoyed every different area. So when it came to like receiving, I enjoyed using the warehouse management system. We used this warehouse management system that was in the cloud. It was called CISS,
Mm-hmm.
Computer Inventory System Specialist. They're based out of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And so I really enjoyed engaging with the system and making sure that we had virtual and physical match throughout all of the processes. Making sure that quality was coming into the building, ensuring the count. I like that systemic process where you had to follow these standards of operations so that we could get the job done.
Okay.
And I knew that I had a downstream customer who was put away. So if I made a mistake, put away would catch it, and I didn't want that to be reflective on me. So ideal job, hands-on, working with the system, being in a team environment, being able to grow together. I applied to this company, Restoration Hardware, because you guys are a growing company. I've seen your stock price come from like $20 to what it out now is right now, $300. I wish I put some money in there. I took a personal finance class at high school too, so I sort of understand the supply chain or the stock market.
Okay. So it sounds like you work with quite a few different students that you work with, but what is your preference as far as working? Do you like working by yourself, or do you like working with somebody else or groups?
I don't think I have a preference to either, because I think from a personal standpoint, I like being on my own because I'm really detail oriented. It's sort of my weakness at the same time, because I sort of get like inundated into a particular job because I want to do it right. But at the same time, I understand that, you know, in supply chain and logistics, there are some jobs that call for multiple people, and not one person can handle that job. For instance, when we would receive pallets from our vendors, they would come in like large shrink wrap pallets.
Mm-hmm.
The items had to be broken down, and sometimes they had like 15, 20 different items on there that had to be separated. That's too much of a job for one person to do in one period. So we would be actually be put in groups of 4 and we would work together to get the job done. And I like that aspect of it too. You know, I'm working together, and at the end of the period, we actually got the job done, and it feels good.
Okay, yeah, because we have similar process here. Most of our forklift operators will be working by themselves, and others you working with groups. So that's good to know. That's good to know. So obviously you talked about your class a lot. You talked about working with other students. You know your ideal job. But let me ask you this: if I was to call your teacher and ask him, you know, what would he say about you? Were you there every day? Were you know, what would he say?
It's funny that you mentioned every day. Mr. Garcia emphasized a couple of things in class, just so that we could be successful when we started looking for our careers or jobs. One was that we were on time, right? Number 2 is that we're actually there when we're supposed to be there. And number 3 is that we had the energy. We were energetic. We were excited to come to work. You know, I'm a first-generation American, so my last name is Ikalni. I want, when people say my last name, I want them to be proud. Like when they hear that name, not like, oh, Ikalni, and then sort of like cringe. I don't want that, you know, to be known
No,
about.
we got some people like that. There are some names.
It's not gonna be me. It's not
All
gonna
right,
be me.
awesome. So during the process, do you remember what position you were applying for?
Yes, a general warehouse associate. It's the entry level position, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it was a general warehouse associate position. You know, I want to start from the bottom. My goal for myself is I want to become a leader, and I want to be able to understand the processes from the ground up so that I can be a better leader.
Okay.
If I know the processes of what a receiver does, what a picker does, when it's time for me to lead a group, I don't have to guess.
Okay.
I've actually done those jobs, and I was actually good at it, and that's the reason why I'm in the position that I'm in.
So I know a little bit about the program that you came through, and I don't remember if you said something, but do you know anything about forklifts or anything like that?
Yes, actually, Mr. Garcia teaches 2 classes, forklift and introduction to logistics. I was actually in both.
Okay.
So
awesome.
we have general knowledge of doing pre-op inspection. I was on a sit-down counterbalance, stand-up counterbalance, EPJ, walkie rider, and a reach truck. So we were trained in all of those. They used IVES training, which from my understanding is known throughout the industry to be
Yes,
a good
they are.
program.
We use them here. Yes. So the reason why I'm asking is because another position opened up for a machine operator.
Really?
It's extra $1 an hour. So you know, if everything goes right and we decide to choose you, would you be interested in that job?
I would love that. Every opportunity that I can get to absorb and get some experience on top of the skill sets that I've already learned at the high school, I think, you know, it would be beneficial for both
Oh, yeah.
both companies.
Definitely.
You know, if you know I'm working as a receiver and all of a sudden need somebody on the forklift, I would raise my hand
There you
and
go.
do that job.
Okay. Okay. And last question, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I do. You know, they educated us about the 401k because, you know, I know I'm 18, but I really want to look at my retirement. My parents really didn't set themselves up. They had to work until they were, you know, 65, 70 years of age. And, you know, I want to try to create a different path for myself. So, and one of the things that they said was that a 401k is something that I should invest in early on. Do you guys offer a 401k?
Yes, we do offer a 401k. We offer a percentage that you put in. We'll match it X amount. I'm not at liberty to tell you at the time, but yeah, we do offer a 401k, and we will match you up to 2 or 3%, something like that.
Awesome. Also, your benefits. I plan on moving out, and I'm not going to be under my parents' medical or anything like that any longer. So I'm looking to, you know, cover myself.
We have a
case I get
fantastic benefit package. We have medical, dental, vision. Depends on, you know, if you need glasses, we have a dental plan or an eyeglass plan for that. If you need a lot of, you know, if you need dental work, just cleaning, we have a plan for that. And also if you have medical, we have plans for that. And at your age, you know, you don't really need to buy the big package, so we have different varieties that you can choose from.
Perfect. Awesome. I think that's all I have for today.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic interview. Appreciate your time. Thank you for coming in. And
Do you happen to have a business card?
Yes,
sir?
I do. Sure do. There you go.
Thank you very much. And this is the best number to reach
That's
you
the
out here?
best number to reach. That's my direct line, so you can call me straight.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your time again.
All right. Take care, Mr. Collins.
You too.